Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing one of my first videos to declutter my makeup. I believe this video is going to be in 3 parts just so it's not too much time in one video. I do have a lot of products to go through. So yeah, so this first video is going to be probably this drawer and this drawer, and maybe we'll get to this drawer. I'm not 100% sure, but I do want to start off with this drawer. This is like my powders, my foundation, concealers, setting sprays, and whatnot. I kind of just want to like get rid of everything I don't really use and kind of just go from there. So I have powders here. These are my powders. So let's just start off with what I have right here. I have all my e.l.f. products right here. This is the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. I am going to get rid of this. I don't use this. I never reach for it. It's literally just collecting dust. So I'm going to get rid of this. This is my e.l.f. Matte Setting Powder. This is another product that I don't tend to go for. So I'm going to get rid of this as well. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I'm going to keep this. This is one of my favorite drugstore powders. I'm keeping that, and then also keeping the e.l.f. Matting Matte. So then I also have this Bare Minerals concealer. So I haven't tested this out completely yet, so I'm going to keep this and see how I like it. I also have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Powder. I actually really do like this, so I'm going to keep this as well. It doesn't fit there though. And then the One Size Setting Powder. This honestly is amazing stuff. I really enjoy this powder. Has become my everyday powder. So then I have these concealers right here. I'm gonna get rid of this one just because it's pretty much all used up. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is my Jouer concealer. I haven't reached for this in a long time. It's very bright for me, so I'm gonna just get rid of this. I do really like the formula, so maybe I'll just get it in a darker shade, but I'm gonna get rid of this one. And then these two are probably just my two favorite ones that I go for. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer and the True Blend from CoverGirl. I'm going to leave that here. This is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. This is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. This is in medium peach, but it's super bright for me. So I'm just going to get rid of this one. And then I also have the Revolution Conceal and Define. This one is also a little bright for me. This is in C7. Let's see if you guys can see. It's just a little too bright for me for my liking, so I'm just going to get rid of this one. And this, I have still to try this out. This is the Milani Supercharged Brightening Under Eye Tint. So basically I only have 3 concealers left. I do have other concealers in like my everyday makeup bag, which is the Tarte Ultra Creamy Concealer. So there we go. Let's dig back here and get all these sprays out. And I have all this stuff. I have so much stuff in here, you guys. So this is the Pop Makeup Magnet Mist. I never reach for it, so I'm going to get rid of this. This is the Revolution Hydrate and Fix Radiance Makeup Fixing Spray. This is the Revolution Hydrate and Fix Radiance Makeup Fixing Spray. I haven't really used this. I haven't really given it a fair shot. So I'm going to keep this one. These are the Camo CC Creams. Honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of these. They just doesn't have my right shade, and I would have to mix in. And I just didn't really like the coverage or any of it. So I'm just going to get rid of these two. This is one of my favorite mists. I don't know if they even have this anymore. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Coconut Mist, but I'm going to keep that. I still love using that a lot. So I have all these foundations. I'll put these in the back. So we're just going to start off. This is a new one. This is the Smashbox Studio Skin. I actually really like this. This is super full coverage though, like mega full coverage. So I really do enjoy this one. This is the Milani. This is another great foundation. I love this one. I love the coverage. I also love the Dream Urban Cover from Maybelline. super good. It's super lightweight. Okay, so this is a Frankie Rose foundation. This is in the shade Neutral. I'm going to get rid of this because this just is not my shade. I usually use the olive shade, which I do have. And then I have the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This is the dewy version. I actually would like this a lot better than I like the original one, so I'm definitely going to keep this. So I have two Rare Beauty foundations. These are in the shade 240W and 280 Neutral. So I kind of just mix these together to get my perfect shade. So I just use these two to get my perfect shade. So definitely keeping these. I do like how this wears. This is the Morphe foundation. I never really liked it. It really oxidized on me, so I just wasn't a huge fan. It oxidized on me like crazy. This is my Fenty Beauty. Obviously, gonna keep this beauty. This is my favorite foundation of all times, honestly. Then I have these two e.l.f. foundations here. Honestly, these are pretty old. They have a shelf life of 6 months. I'm going to get rid of these. I do like this foundation, but like I said, these are pretty old, so I'm just going to get rid of these and get new ones later on. This one, obviously, you guys can obviously see I didn't even open this one. I haven't even tried it. This is a Dream Satin Liquid Foundation. I don't know if I'm going to try it, but I'll just keep it just in case. And then I have the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Foundation, another one of my favorites, so keeping this, of course. And then I also have the Maybelline Superstay Active Wear Foundation, which I still kind of have to try this out. I feel like this is a newer formula than their regular Superstay foundation, but I'm not 100% sure. I would have to look into it, but I'm going to keep this just in case. And that's pretty much it for this drawer. I feel like I got rid of a lot of good stuff, so pretty good. So now we're gonna move on to this one. It's a little crazier, I guess you can say. Like, there's just a lot more stuff in this one. So I just have a bunch of mixtures and stuff in here. So this is Desi Skin. Obviously, I'm keeping this. This is amazing stuff. This is a MAC bronzer. This is in Aphrodite's Shell. It's honestly at its last. Like, that's insane. I don't really go for it anymore, so I'm just gonna toss it because I just don't use it anymore. I have the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker bronzer that I still love. I also have this e.l.f. one right here. This is the Forever Sunkissed. Definitely a good affordable bronzer. I have this Makeup Revolution one. This is their Mega Bronzer. This is honestly such a good bronzer. I love this bronzer a lot. And I also have the Maybelline City Bronzer, which is also really, really good. So keeping all that. This is honestly my favorite blush at the moment. You guys see it in almost every single one of my videos. It's the e.l.f. Always Rosy blush. Keeping this one. This is the Anastasia bronzer. I'm going to keep this one. I really do like this bronzer. These are all my Jaclyn packages. Like, this is all Jaclyn. And obviously I'm going to keep all this. These are... Oh, I just dropped it. So, obviously keeping all of these. This is her bronze and blushing duo. This is her... like her 4 shades of, and her, it's all her stuff basically. So all of this Jaclyn stuff is still staying with me. And let's go through these glitters. I have a ton of glitters that I need to get rid of. These Artist Couture eye toppers are to die for. Definitely not getting rid of these. These RIP lashes glitters, I'm getting rid of all of them. So I just have to find them all, or I think I might have already gotten rid of them. Except that one. No, they're right here. They're really pretty, but her brand doesn't exist anymore. I've never really got to use these, and the brand doesn't exist anymore, so I'm just gonna toss all of these. These lashes I've had on for so long that it's time to get rid of these. This is a Stay Vulnerable from Rare Beauty. I honestly didn't really like this one. I just felt like it took away from the foundation, like it took the coverage away. I'm gonna try it out one more time, see how I like it. If I like it, I'll keep it. And then I have all this Pixie stuff that honestly I just never used. I did use one of these and it literally almost burned my face off because I don't know if it was just too much vitamin C, but I'm just going to get rid of all this. All these other glitters I'm going to keep because these are my Violet Voss glitters. But I'm going to get... Actually, I really liked these. These are eyeshadow sticks and eyeshadow glitter. These are really pretty. I mean, I'm not going to get rid of much in here. These are my Wet n Wild blushes. This is Nude Society and Mellow Wine. These are honestly really good, affordable blushes. I'm going to keep those. I also have the e.l.f. blush in Always Cheeky. Keep that. I have the e.l.f. putty bronzers that putty blush that I actually really like. I really love this one. I just don't like that it doesn't have their names on it. And then I have a bunch of their face duo face, oh my god, what are these called? They're bite-sized face duo palettes. So I'm keeping these and these. This is a cream blush. I still haven't used it yet, but I do want to use it. I've heard a lot of good things. It's a very gorgeous color. I have swatched it, so I'm going to keep this to try it out. This Hoola bronzer, I've had it for years. Time to part ways with it. Like, I obviously don't really go for it that much, so I'm just going to toss this. And then just put everything back in place. So that's it for this drawer. Obviously, I did get rid of a few good things, not too much in this drawer, but it still looks a little bit more organized, a little bit more neat. So let's move on. This drawer, you guys, is like, I don't know. This drawer is a lot. Like, there's a lot of stuff in here. So let's just start off here. This is the BFF face Snatched Face Palette. I actually like this, although it is not available anymore. I do like this. I am going to keep this. These are the Larly Los Angeles Bronzed and Glazed Highlighter Palettes. Obviously, I feel like this one is just a little too dark for me. I feel like this one would be more my color. So I'm going to give this one away and keep this one for myself. So then I have the Milani Stellar Light Highlighter Palette. This is actually really good palette. I really do like this one. Their highlights are really good. And then I have my Smashbox and Casey Holmes. I'm so upset because the writing on my Casey, like, she signed these and it kind of just disappeared already. So, but definitely keeping these, just even if I don't use them, just because I love her. This is the I Heart Revolution Rose Gold Glow palette. This is a palette that Daisy Marquez raved about a while ago. So I got it and I love this shade right here. So I'm keeping this. Honestly, probably not going to get rid of a lot of my highlighters, just to be real with you. And then I have the Hello Halo Blush Lighter from Wet n Wild. They did change the name to this, you guys. It is not called... So right here it says After Sex Glow. They did change the name. It is completely different. But it is a very good highlighter. And then I have my Ofra highlighters that obviously... These are literally the best highlighters I have. I have 4 of them, and I kind of want to get more, but need to get through some of these before I get more. So definitely keeping these. I have my Static and Artist Couture. This stuff is amazing. Like, it's so pigmented, super gorgeous. It's just amazing. And then I have the I Love Saturday and Dose of Colors as well. This one is in Soulmate. I don't use these often on my channel because, of course, they're not available anymore. So you guys can't really get your hands on it. I do believe the Static one is still available, but the other one is not. And then I have the ones from the Dose of Colors and Desi and Katie collection. I have this one, and then I have this one. These are really great. I love them. Not getting rid of them. I also have a backup of the Anastasia and Rizy highlight, which I have my other one that I do use here. You guys can obviously tell, like, I have used this quite a bit, and when they said they were coming out with limited stock, I was like, I'm gonna just get a restock because your girl needs this. So this is Pixie by Petra. Honestly, I'm probably gonna get rid of this. I don't really go for this ever. I just feel like the only shade that really works for me is this one, and I obviously have this shade in so many other palettes that I have, so it's kind of pointless. So I'm getting rid of this one. This is the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt highlighter. I actually really enjoy this. I don't use it as much, but I should. And then we have the Wet n Wild Precious Petals. I feel like no one really uses this anymore, but it's such a gorgeous highlight, you guys. Like, it's so pretty, but I just feel like I have better highlights than this, so I'm just gonna get rid of this one. This is the Jaclyn Putty highlighter. You guys, if you guys have not gotten this, you guys need to get this. This is amazing. Then my mom got me this Lancome Starlight Face Palette. This is really pretty. I am gonna try this out. I like these shades here, so definitely gonna try this out. And then I have the LA Colors highlight. This is literally just, I only got this for like an inner corner highlight. Just like, but I really don't know if I'll ever really go for it. So then I also got this Makeup Revolution Reloaded highlighter. I actually don't really like this. Like, I don't know, it just feels really, really drying. Like, it's very shimmery, but it feels super drying. So I'm just gonna get rid of this one. These are the Wet n Wild Loose Powder highlighters. I love these, so I'm not gonna get rid of these at all. I also have the Master Chrome. This is a really good highlight. And I also have the Melted Gold Ore. This is a gorgeous highlight. I'm not getting rid of it. This Becky G and ColourPop, I think I'm just gonna get rid of it. I never go for it. My Artist Couture, I'm not getting rid of any of these. I do have a few. I have a few of my Artist Couture that I'm not getting rid of. I love my Artist Couture, so these are obviously just staying. Then I have my Jaclyn Hill. This is another Artist Couture. This was the one with collab with Orpha. And this is such a gorgeous highlight. I just don't have the cap, which is so annoying. Then I have the Time Highlighter Heaven Glow palette. I haven't touched this palette in a long time, but the palette is really, really pretty. You guys can see I did use it a lot when I used it, so I will keep this one. Maybe get back into it. This is my ABH Nicole Guerrero. I believe this one is signed. This one is signed by her. So obviously I'm keeping this and never getting rid of it, even if it's like 5 years old. These are my blush palettes. This is my Rouge Romance and my Moon Prism blush palette. I have gotten into blush lately. Like, you guys can see, I like love wearing blush now, so definitely keeping this. And then this is my Jaclyn palette, my highlighter palette, my baked palette. There's another Jaclyn which I don't use. I just keep it for memories. This is when she came out with her face palette with Becca. So it has her Prosecco and Champagne Pop, some of her signature highlighters, and I really, really loved this palette, but really I only keep it for memories, collectibles, whatnot. This Jouer highlighter is in Citrine. I honestly don't go for it often. I should, because it's so gorgeous. Like, do you guys see that, how gorgeous that is? So I'm gonna keep it just because it's super, super pretty. And then we have the Rachel Loves Pixie. This is her face palette. I really, really like this, so I'm gonna keep this as well. So I told you I'm not really getting rid of a lot of stuff in this drawer. This is what this drawer ended up looking like, more organized. I did get rid of a few stuff, not that many stuff. I only got rid of like 4 things out of this section, but the majority of the stuff did come out of the other 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a huge thumbs up, and click that bell so you're notified every single time I upload, and I will see you guys in part 2.